Well, thank you for joining us again for today's Bible Bit with Pastor Darryl. Can people see God's will in you? Can they see that you're a devout follower of Jesus Christ, one that's willing to be obedient to Him instead of your own desires every day? Here's Pastor Darryl. Let's see what he has to say.
A lawyer once asked Jesus, "What's the most important thing God ever said?" Jesus answered with, "Well, love God with all your heart and your soul and your mind." But then Jesus added, "Love your neighbor as yourself." It's interesting, later when Paul refers to it in Galatians 5:14, when he said, "Do you want to keep the whole law?" His response was, "Well, love your neighbor as yourself." What happened to loving God first? I mean, did Paul have a senior moment? Well, if he did, James did also in James 2:8. Because when he asked, "You want to keep the royal law of God?" his answer was, "Love your neighbor as yourself." What happened to loving God first? Well, here's what happened. God knew that if He left it up to us to figure out how to love Him, we'd come up with all kinds of religions and rituals and ceremonies. I mean, some of us would even embrace violence, all in the name of loving God. God tells us here how He wants us to love Him, by loving His own, His children, those who bear His image, by loving your neighbor. You see, we got to remember, keep things really simple. You keep the main thing, the main thing. And the main thing is to love God by loving your neighbor.
Amen. Well, there's another tidbit of wisdom from our senior pastor, Darryl, who does teach the seniors on Tuesdays. So, hope you enjoyed that. And Lord bless and keep you. Till next time, if He keeps me around, I'll see you then.